Welcome back to the Arise News Hour. I'm Charles Anyegolu. Now, South Africa's opposition leader has been forcibly prevented from entering Zambia after police boarded his flight. Mmusi Maimane had planned to attend the treason case of his detained counterpart Hakainde Hichilema, whose court appearance is today. The charges stem from an event in April where the vehicle convoy of Hichilema refused to move out of the way for the convoy of President Lungu. Prosecutors accuse Hichilema of endangering the president's life by refusing to give way. Both men were heading to the same location, but a police statement described the opposition leader's action as unreasonable, reckless and criminal, saying he wanted to cause unnecessary anarchy. If found guilty, Hichilema could face up to 15 years in prison or even the death penalty. Well, joining me to discuss this in more detail is news analyst Jon Arise May. Good to see you, John. Thanks for coming in.
Good to see you too.
Is it your sense that the opposition leader Hakainde Hichilema is being treated in a disproportionately heavy-handed manner?
I am inclined to, I subscribe to that view because, look, his crime is that he refused, his convoy, both he and the president were attending a traditional ceremony function in the Western Province. And I think obviously his convoy, Hichilema's convoy was ahead, and he should have made way for the presidential convoy, something the opposition leader refused. So he was arrested and charged with treason, which is rather disproportionate.
Right. Now we're looking at those pictures. This is the actual convoy. On the right of your screen is the opposition leader's convoy. This is the president's convoy overtaking, or certainly the police siren trying to get them off the road, and clearly that did not happen. And the president's convoy then overtook, I suppose, by speeding up and going past the opposition leader. Do you think that it depends on how the police interpreted that action or the motive behind that action? Because clearly they see it as being an attempt to endanger the life of the president. Under those circumstances, would it be reasonable for them to impute treason?
No, I mean, treason, no, it's rather very, very heavy-handed. I mean, making way for the presidential convoy is just a matter of protocol. Yes, endangerment of life could not be discounted, right? But he shouldn't be made to stand trial for treason.
Right.
He's
Now,
too high-handed.
The court papers state that, and I'm quoting directly, Hakainde Hichilema and another character, Wallace Chakawa, conspired to mobilize an advance party to ensure that Mr. Hichilema was accorded status of president of Zambia at a ceremony in the town of Mungu. It also says that, quote, Hichilema acted with 60 unknown people in their convoy to off-track the presidential motorcade, unquote. So it all comes back to that presidential motorcade being blocked, which ought to be, agreeing with what you're saying, at the very most, a road traffic infringement. At what point does that become treason?
I don't see, any treasonable, act or offense in this. And like I keep saying, it's a traffic offense, how to put it. Right. Right. And the charge of treason should not be brought. He should be tried, yes, but not for treason. So
basically, the feeling, the perception inside many circles in Zambia and beyond appears to be that the judiciary is allowing itself to be politically manipulated by the presidency in this matter because, of course, they're major political opponents, and President Lungu just marginally won the elections against Hichilema when they had the ballot recently. But the presidency, of course, denies all this.
Yeah, but even the constitution of the Constitutional Court, I mean, the members of the Constitutional Court appointed by President Lungu, it's been contested because majority of the judges sitting on the court do not meet the criteria, which says that any member of the Constitutional Court should have at least 15 years legal experience, right, in, amongst other things, in constitutional law.
So they're questioning the technicalities
exactly, yeah.
around which the court has been constituted.
Yes, right. And it is constituted with lawyers who are rather aligned to the PF, the ruling party, the Patriotic Front Party. Without that, is Lungu's party.
Right. So knowing Zambia as you do, you know the sort of the history, the politics, and so on. How do you reckon this is going to turn out?
It doesn't augur well. I mean, it doesn't augur well for Zambian democracy. I mean, look, in the run-up to elections, the opposition was rather stifled. They could not hold their rallies. I mean, the main opposition newspaper was closed down ostensibly for flouting some tax laws and so on and so forth. And even the opposition had to go to court to be able to air a documentary, on TV. Okay, and again, there were so many irregularities. Some of the observers reported, though the elections were fair, were free, but they were not fair. So I mean, all this does not augur well for Zambia's fledgling democracy.
Jon Arise, answer the news analyst. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.